Hello everyone, this is Gautami. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Gautami Tech Skills. In this Python series, today we are going to start learning operators in Python. Let's begin. Basically, operators are used to perform operations on values and variables. There are some kind of symbols like arithmetic operators, assignment operators, and relational operators. And also, we will make use of some keywords for performing the operations like logical operators, membership operators, and identity operators. Here, in order to perform operations on values and variables, which means, let's take an example, x is equal to 5. Here, what does this mean? Here, we are storing 5 in the variable using an operator called equal to. This equal to, we will call it as an assignment operator. Now, we'll discuss what is meant by arithmetic operators. In these arithmetic operators, these symbols are used for performing a mathematical calculations. Mathematical calculation is nothing but what? Addition, we will make use of a plus symbol. For subtraction, we will make use of a symbol minus symbol. For multiplication, we will make use of a star symbol. For division, we will make use of two symbols called only one forward slash and two forward slash. These two will perform a division only. When you are using only one forward slash, it will give the output as a quotient. And that quotient is in the format of a float value. When coming to this operator, this will also return the output as a quotient only. But the output is in the format of integer. We'll discuss in detail. And coming to, if you want to perform a percentages like a modulus, then we will make use of an operator called percentage symbol. When you apply this operator on the operands, nothing but a variables, we will get the output as a reminder. This is also one kind of division only. So in the division, we will have two kinds of outputs like quotient and reminder. When you use these two symbols, we will get output as quotient. When you use this modulus operator, we will get the output as a reminder. And if you want to find out the power, we will make use of the symbol called star star symbol, which means, for example, if I want to find out a 5 square, we cannot able to denote in this way. So instead of writing in this way, we will make use 5 star star 2. This is resembles in just in this way. So the output will be 25 like this. Let's discuss a one by one. Now, let us create a two variables. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 2. Now, I am applying these arithmetic operators on these two variables. Here, when you are placing these operators between these operands, let us say like this, A plus B, A minus B, A into B, A forward slash B, A double forward slash B, A modulus of B, A star star B. Here, these are called operands. And these symbols, we will call it as operators. So when you keep these operators between the operands, we are going to achieve a result. So you just keep these expressions inside the print function so that you will get the outputs. So the output for this is 10 plus 2 is 12. And the output for this is 10 minus 2 is 8. The output for this is 10 into 2 is 20. The output for this is, we will discuss now. Here, the A is divisible with B. Here also A is divisible with B. That means 10 is dividing with 2. That means you just write like this. So now what we are going to do is 10 divisible by 2. Yes. With what number? 5 is a 10. So that now we are getting a 0. Here this place we will call it as a quotient and this place we will call it as a reminder. When you apply this for only one forward slash, it will take output as a quotient, that is 5. But this will treat values, means output in the float format. Although it is giving an integer, it will return output as in the format of float value. That means the output is what? 4.0. And this operator will also return the quotient only, but the output is in the format of integer. So the output will be what now? 5. That's it. And what is this output? What will be the output for this means? You will be performing a modulus operator between these two values only. So you will perform division only. Then what it will return means it will return the remainder. So the output for this is a 0. And what is the output for this? So if you are giving 10 star star 2, the meaning here is 10 square. That means 10 into 10, the meaning output here is 100. So the output for this here is 100. So this is what about arithmetic operators. Let's discuss another operator called assignment operator. From first day onwards, we are using the assignment operator. What is mean by assignment operator means storing a value into a variable. We are using a symbol called assignment operator. This equal to symbol, we'll call it as an what? Assignment operator. There are different types of assignment operators like plus equal to, minus equal to, forward slash equal to, double forward slash equal to, modulus equal to. You can write a star star equal to also. What is the meaning of the combination of arithmetic operators and assignment operators together? We'll call it as an assignment operators. So this is a shorthand method in order to perform manipulations on the same variable and assigning to the same variable. Then we will make use of the assignment operators. The meaning here is if I want to add 5 to x variable and result should be assigned to the same variable, that is x. What is the question I have given here? Adding 5 to x, that means 5 plus x. And this result I am storing in the same variable, that is x. Instead of writing in this way, we will make use of the assignment operator, that is add and assign. So how to make use of add and assign? X plus equal to 5. That means adding plus 5. First it will take x plus 5 and this result is going to be assigned to the same variable. This is a shorthand method. And this is what about add and assign. And coming to one more assignment operator, that is subtract and assign. For example, if I want to subtract 2 from x and that result that should be assigned to the same variable, then what I should do? X minus 2 and this result I'm going to assign to the same variable x. So instead of writing this way, we will make use of a subtract and assign like this. X minus equal to 2. What it will do? It will subtract 2 from x and the result is going to be assigned to the same variable. Like that, you will make use of divide and assign. What we will call this one as, we can say it as a float division. I can say this one because it is returning the float value. That is the reason I can say this division as float division. And this one, I can say it like a floor division or integer division, you can say, because this is returning an integer quotient. That is the reason I can call this division as floor or integer division. Okay, so you can call these assignment operators as float division and assign, floor division and assign, modulus assign. You can also use multiply and assign, power and assign. So these are all about assignment operators. Let's discuss a relational operators. In order to compare two values or two variables, we will make use of these relational operators. Relational operators are also known as conditional operators or comparison operators. There are actually 6 types. The first one I can say here is equal to operator, which is used to compare whether the two values are similar. If they are similar, they will return the Boolean values, which means these relational operators will return a Boolean values based on your comparison. Boolean values means if the comparison is correct, it will return output as true. If the comparison is wrong, it will return the output as false. If two values are similar, if you use this symbol that is called equal to symbol, it will return value as true. If the comparison is wrong, it will return output as false. And second type of relational operator is not equal to. Not equal to. If the comparison between the two values are not similar, you have to make use of this. And less than symbol. The left side value is smaller compared to the right side value. Then you have to make use of the less than symbol. The output it will return as true. If you are using in this way, so the left side value is not smaller compared to the right side value. So that time it will return output as false. And coming to one more operator called greater than symbol. That means the left side value should be greater compared to the right side value. Then you have to make use of the greater than symbol. The output will be like true. If you are writing like this, 24 is greater than 100. Here, the left side value is not greater compared to the right side value, but you use here greater than symbol. That time it returns output as false. And one more relational operator is less than or equal to. That means either the left side value should be smaller compared to right side or the values should be equal. Both values should be equal. For suppose, I'm writing like this. 24 is less than 100, less than or equal to 100. Twenty-four less than or equal to 100. Here, I can able to satisfy only this condition. That means the left side value is smaller compared to the right side value. That is also okay. Either this condition should get satisfied, either this condition should get satisfied. For suppose if I have written 100 greater than or equal to 100. Now in this case, the equal to symbol is satisfied. Okay, this is about less than or equal to symbol. Coming to greater than or equal to. Like this, 98 greater than or equal to 25. Here, I'm going to satisfy only the single operator that is greater than. The right side value is smaller compared to the left side value. So you have used a greater than symbol. That is correct only. For suppose if I have written 98 greater than or equal to 98, here we are satisfying the equal to symbol. That means both values are similar. In between these two, if any one is satisfied, then we can return output as true. If both cases are wrong, for suppose if I'm saying 25 is greater than or equal to 100, here the left side value is not bigger compared to right side value and also it is not similar, then the output will be false only. So this is how we will make use of the relational operators, where it will return a Boolean values based on the comparisons. Let's begin the practical for these three operators. And the remaining three concepts will be discussed in the next video. Let's discuss the first operator here is arithmetic operators. Now, I'm going to create two variables like num1 is equal to 19, num2 is equal to 3. Let's apply arithmetic operators. What are arithmetic operators? We discussed addition operator, subtraction operator, multiplication operator, floor division or integer division, modulus, and power operator. So these operators are used for performing a mathematical calculations. Now I'm going to use each and every operator in between these two variables and I'm going to print those values. Let's print it. Print of num1 plus a num2. If I run, you will get the output as 19 plus 3. The output is 22. So in the same way, I'm going to make use of subtraction symbol in between those two values and I will run the cell. So you're getting the output as 16. That means 19 minus 3, it will be 16. See, when I'm running my cell, you are able to see only the outputs. But in future, if you open your Jupyter notebook, by seeing the output, you will not recognize this 22 is for what operation you got it. For this 16, for what operation you got it. You will not notify it immediately. So if you see the output, it should be in meaningful way. So what I will do, instead of printing only the outputs, I'm going to give the strings in order to give the output in a understanding way. So here what I will do here is, I'm going to write one string value that is addition. Along with this value, I'm going to get the result by applying this plus operator between these two variables. And the output is what here? 22. Here, you want to join this string value and this variable result. So that time you should make use of a symbol called comma symbol. So that after printing this value will get immediately coming in the same line, joining. In order to join the multiple values in a single line, we will make use of this comma symbol. So for the second operation also, I am writing this subtraction. So now just run it. You can see now the output is in a meaningful way. Correct? So like that, you just apply the remaining things also, and I'll just do the modifications. So here I'm just using multiplication, and the symbol I'm using here is operator is star symbol. And again, I'm using here is float division, I can say. Float division, and it is going to return output as a quotient in the float format. So that's why we are saying it as a float division. So similarly, I'm going to make use of other operator that is called, you can say floor division or integer division. You have to use an operator double forward slash. So it will return also quotient, but the output is in the format of integer. Another operator that is here, a modulus operator. This is also one kind of division only, but the output is remainder. And another operator we are using here is a power operator. It is going to be denoted with a double star. Now let's run this cell and you can see the outputs. So now I just want to explain these two operators once again with the examples. Here, what is the number one? 19. So that means 19 divided by 3. Means you are dividing 19 with 3. So let us take like this. So is 19 divisible by 3? No. Then what we will do? We will take the lesser value like 6 or 18. And the remainder will be 1. So whenever you are applying the modulus, you should not make till to 0. What is the first leftover? That should be the output for your modulus. That's why when you are finding the modulus, you are getting output as 1. You are getting output as 1. Here, when you see, but when you are performing the float division, you have to go on. Okay. So now once you got the 1, I'll make it point symbol and you will get the 0. And you are going to divide it with 3 table, 9. And again, you will get 1 point already there, 0. 3 is 9 and so on. And so on. So when you apply the float division, you are going to make use of an output as quotient in the format of float division. So that's why the quotient here is in the format of float. And floor division, if you are using double forward slash, you will make use of one integer quotient itself. That means only the value before the dot symbol, decimal value. That means left side value. So the output here is 6. Understood? So this is about arithmetic operators. This is all about arithmetic operators. Let's discuss another operator called assignment operators. Assignment operators mainly used for assigning value to a variable using a symbol called equal to symbol. Let's take x is equal to 10. That means you are storing 10 into the variable x using an operator called equal to symbol, that is an assignment operator. In this assignment operator, we are having multiple kind of assignment operators like add and assign, subtract and assign, multiply and assign, divide and assign. Okay, we can call this one as floor division and assign. Okay, floor division and assign, modulus and assign, power and assign. It's a combination of arithmetic operators and assignment operators. For suppose if I print this x variable, it will print the value what you stored in it. Now I want to apply add and assign operator on the x variable. So we will make use of plus equal to. These are all shorthand methods. So let's discuss. My question here is, I want to add 2 to x and the result assigned to the same variable, that is x. So usually what we will do based on this statement, adding 2 to x, that means x plus 2, and the result of this is going to be assigned to the same variable, that is x. That means x equal to. That means what is the meaning of this? You are adding 2 plus, you are adding 2 to the value of x, and this result you are assigning to which variable? You are assigning 12 to the x variable. When you try to print x, the output will be what now? It's 12. Instead of writing in this way, what we are doing here is we are going to make use of this add and assign operator like this. X plus equal to 2 in this way. So now just run and check it. Output will be the same. Similarly, I'm going to make use of subtract and assign. My question here is, I want to subtract 5 from x variable and assign result to the same variable. That means x. So based on my condition, I'm going to write the code now. X minus 5, this result I'm storing into the x. Instead of writing this one, what I'll do here is x minus equal to 5 like this. Now, if you try to print the x variable, initially, while you are creating, the x is storing the 10. Once you apply add and assign, you are getting the x value as 12. Now you are performing subtract and assign. So, on what value it will make operations? The latest updated value. That means on 12. That means it looks like this. Like x is equal to, x is storing now 12 minus 5. That means the output here is 7. So just run and check it. So the output here is 7. Like that, we are going to make use of these symbols. So just perform. Now I want to multiply 2 to x and add result to the x variable. Then what I can use here? You can make use of multiply and assign. So let's try it. So x star equal to 2. So what is the meaning for this here? So you are just multiplying a 2 to the x and assigning result to x. And what will be the output for us here? So x is equal to, what is the updated value of x now? 7. So 7 into 2, that is equal to 14. So x is storing the value now here is 14. If you try to print an x variable, you will see the output as 14. Now we are going to work with a float division. Float division and assign. If I want to divide with 2, what I'm saying? Divide with 2, okay, on x and assign result to the same variable, that is x. So here I'm just making use of float division and assign. Let's discuss. So how can you write x float division equal to 2? So what is the meaning for this? X is equal to x divided by 2. So what is the result we will get now? X is equal to, the x value here storing is 14. So 14 divisible by 2. So the output will be the quotient, but it is in the format of which format? Float format. So actually 14 is divisible with, divided by 2. Okay, so the result will be what? 7. So it is going to return in the format of float, that is 7.0. When you try to print the x variable, the output will be like float value 7.0. Now the x value is holding the float value. If you perform any kind of integer formats, it will return a float value only. Okay, so for example, I want to divide with 2 on what? On x variable. On x variable and assign the result to the same variable, that is x. Then how will you use? Now here you can make use of another operator, that is integer division equal to. So now actually this operator will return an integer value, but here the x value is holding the float value. So it will return a float value only as a quotient. The output it will return as quotient in float format. The reason the x is holding a float value. Now see here, what I will do, x double forward slash equal to 2. So the meaning here is x equal to x double forward slash 2. I'm going to elaborate it. X is equal to the value of x here is a 7.0, which is a float format, double forward slash 2. Usually this operator will return a quotient in integer format, but here you are having a float value. That is the reason the quotient is in the format of float only. So here, how it is going to be divided? Let's discuss this one. 7 is dividing with a 2. So here 3 is 6. So you'll get 1.05 10. So here we are using a floor division. That means integer division. So it will return a quotient in which format? Integer format. So we have to take an integer value, that is 3. So it will give output as 3. But the x value is in the format of what? Float value. So it is going to give the output as a 3.0. Let's see now. Print x variable, print of x, and we'll check it here. The value here is 3.0. Now, the next operator that we are going to learn here is divide. Okay, divide with 2 and assign result to the same variable, that is x. So now here I want to use a modulus operator. Okay, modulus operator and assign. Let's discuss x modulus operator equal to, and I'm giving a 2. So what is the meaning of this? Means x equal to x modulus of 2. So you are going to perform the division only, but the output we will take here as a reminder. X is equal to, what is the x value here? 3.0 modulus of 2. Here the x is having a float value. This actually this modulus will also return the integer value only. Here we are having a float value. That is the reason when you are returning the output, it is also in the format of float only. Here the 3 is dividing with 2. So the remainder it will take it as 1. But the x value is holding a float value. That is the reason the output will be like a 1.0. If you print x variable, you will see the output as 1.0. Now, I'm going to explain one more operator that is called power and assign. I want to do power 5. Okay, so power 5 to x and assign a result to the same variable. Now I'm using an operator is power and assign. So how can I make use of that operator? X star star equal to 5. What is the meaning of this? X equal to x star star 5. Here the x is holding the what value? Float value. That means 1.0 star star 5. So it is going to return the output as 1.0 only, because 1 power anything is a 1 only, but see 1.0 itself. Okay, so this is all about assignment operators. Let's discuss relational operators. Relational operators are used to compare two values or a variable. That means the values will be stored in under variables, and you can compare the variables, or you can directly compare these values. Okay, so in this relational operators, there are 6 types of operators, that is equal to, not equal to, less than symbol, greater than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. When you compare the values, it will return output as a Boolean values. When the comparison is correct, it will return a Boolean value as true. If the comparison is wrong, it will return a Boolean value as false. So let's discuss these points here. First, I'm going to make use of this equal to operator. Let's print it. Print of, I'm just directly comparing the two values. You can also store those values under two variables and compare those two variables also. Now, 12 equal to 12. Here, when I'm comparing these two values with the help of this equal to operator, the comparison is correct. So it will return output as true. For suppose if I have given different values and I'm keeping equal to operator, then it will returns output as false. So we can call these relationship between two values, comparison of two values. Either you can call it like a condition. This whole we'll call it like a condition. Let's discuss another relational operator, not equal to. If I use that operator between the two similar values, that time it will return output as false because you are saying that these two values are not equal using this relational operator. So obviously it will return output as false only. If the two values are different, if you use that operator, then it is obviously it will return a true value. Yes, these 56 and 18 are not different. So you had used a not equal to operator. Then obviously it will return as true output. Coming to other operator, that is less than symbol. Less than symbol. If I make use of the less than symbol, the left side value should be smaller compared to the right side value. Then that time it will return output as true. When it will return false, when the left side value is greater compared to the right side value, if you use a less than symbol, that time it return output as false. Coming to another operator, that is a greater than symbol. When we will make use of this greater than symbol means when the left side value is greater compared to the right side value, if you make use of this greater than symbol, it will return output as true. When it will return false means if the left side value is a lesser value compared to the right side value, if you use a greater than symbol, obviously it will return output as false. Coming to the another relational operator, that is less than or equal to. In this case, you can able to satisfy any of the operator. Like if it is less than compared to the right side value, that is also okay. If the both values are similar, then it is also okay. It will return true. That means, for suppose print 45 less than or equal to 90. Here, the left side value is smaller compared to the right side value. That means we are satisfying the less than symbol. So it will return output as true. For suppose if I have given 45 less than or equal to 45. Here the both values are similar. So you can satisfy this equal to operator. So that time it will return as true only. When it will return false, if those two are not satisfying, then output will be like what? Output will be like what? False. See here, this 34 is not smaller compared to the right side value. And it is also not similar. That time it will return output as false. Coming to the next relational operator, greater than or equal to. So in these two operators, if any one operator gets true, gets satisfied, then output will be true. That means if the right side value, that means if the left side value is greater than with the right side value, then it will return true. Here the 12 is greater than 9. Here this operator is satisfying. So it will return output as true. For suppose, if I am writing like this, 89 greater than or equal to 89. Here, this equal to symbol is satisfying because both values are similar. So that time it will return true. When it will return false, if the left side value is not greater compared to the right side value and both are not similar, both operators are not satisfying, that time it returns false for us. This is all about arithmetic operators, assignment operators, and relational operators in Python. In the coming video, we are going to discuss remaining operators called logical, membership, and identity operators. Hope you thoroughly understood these three operators. If you are not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel and support my channel. Like, share, and comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.